Welcome to my favorite game, Guess Kwon's Ethnicity. I use humor as a coping mechanism to deal with people's ignorance and or maybe curiosity. Instead of telling people my ethnicity, I let them guess. Sometimes it's a short game, sometimes it's a long game. I end up telling folks if it takes too long because I end up guessing every other Asian country. Sometimes it seems like they're just trying to prove to me how many Asian countries I know. It's truly a waste of time, but if you're gonna approach me asking me, where are you from? And you're not satisfied with my answer, Houston, I'm curious to see what box you think I belong in. I heard that I could check white, Latina, black. I was shocked the day a black couple asked me if I was half black. I was further taken aback when an Asian lady asked me if I was Mexican because I work in a Oaxacan art gallery. I really wanted to say, no, sister, I'm just like you. Then I had a situation maybe 2 weeks ago at work. This woman asked me my name, and I told her Kwon, and she was like, oh, you have the same name as my dad. And I was like, no, not Juan, Kwon. Is it really that hard? I'm always nervous that my 4-letter name is too hard for some people to comprehend. Wait until you find out that my whole name has 30 letters. It's longer than the alphabet. Slight flex. Despite this flex, it's a burden. I've had people laugh at my name, Kwonperat Teimchaiyapoom. I don't know what they're laughing at. My first name means heart of a warrior. My name has strength because it is a reflection of who I am. After so many years of being tormented, I began tormenting other people. What does your name mean, Bob? I recently learned that Robert is a regal name. The situation made me understand that I started picking up the ugly traits of those who hurt me. I started becoming the thing that caused me pain. I became ignorant. It took me a long time to embrace these situations. After much scrutinizing and overthinking, I realized I care so much because I just want to be recognized as my parents' child. It's hard, but I started thinking about my identity at the age of 6, and I finally accepted myself whenever I was 17. And I can proudly say that I'm a half Thai, half Korean American, a Thai-Comedican, as my mom likes to say. However, my sense of security and my identity quickly dissipates when my mom decides to question the color of my eyes. We were at dinner celebrating her 63rd birthday. She asked me if I've ever seen different colors in my eyes. I'm thinking to myself, maybe she's had too much to drink already. I say, no, I've never seen any colors in my eyes. She proceeds to tell me that my grandfather had gray eyes, and I'm like, oh, she's drunk. I was 20 years old when I learned that my mom is not my biological mother. The egg that my twin brother and I were fertilized from came from a half Dutch, half Indonesian woman. I was in shock. Many things came to mind. 1, I just became comfortable in my own skin. 2, does this mean that I'm white? 3, I am a colonizer baby. 4, am I even Korean? The last thing was the one that hurt me the most. 5, now I understand why no one ever knew where I was from. I don't even know where I was from. It took me a long time to get over it, and I had to really express my feelings and my thoughts. I thought to myself, why did Mom tell me? Then I thought to myself, why didn't she tell me sooner? I could have played the white card when I was younger, but now I think it's a little too late. Growing up in predominantly white spaces, I always wanted to have an American name, blue eyes, blonde hair. In hindsight, it's probably best that my mom told me about the situation after I accepted myself. I think in my youth I would have neglected my mother and just clung on to this egg donor so that I could feel some sense of belonging in a world that tormented me. However, even if I wanted to seek refuge in the white community, I still look like what I look like. People's perception of me isn't magically going to change because I learned that I'm a quarter Dutch and a quarter Indonesian. It's been 2 years since this great revelation, and I'm still struggling with who I am as I'm telling the story right now to y'all. So many things continue to race in my head, you know. You would think that I do have some of my mom's DNA because she gave birth to me and I was inside of her. But I don't know how the whole genes, DNA, in vitro thing works. But what I can tell you is through this entire experience of me telling my story, no one has told me that I'm not Korean. Because I am from my mother, I'm from her culture. I am Korean.